Hey, Roy here with another video, and today we're going to be doing the first oil change on my brand new 2023 Kia Sportage SX. So we're going to lift it up so we can get under there, and if you come under the tires, you'll notice these spots right here that have these little notches. Those are your lift points right here, so that's where you can lift safely. Okay, so I got her up on a couple of jack stands, and the reason for that is I'm actually going to put the back on jack stands too when I'm done, because I'm going to rotate the tires. But if you come under here, you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it, see this picture of an oil, and this is a pretty big access panel. Goes all the way back there, but this little plastic access panel, this is going to be your drain plug, your oil filter, and everything you need under the car right here. So let's do that. Okay, so there's 5 10mm bolts, and 2 of them are just a little bit longer. These ones over here are longer than these ones. And if you look under here, you have 2 up here, 1 right there, and then those 2 long ones go all the way back here, there and there. And then you have 3 of these clips. Now, if you have one of these tools, then that's what you should use. If you don't have one of these, a flat blade screwdriver will work if you're really careful. But the idea is to just pop it. See that? You just pop that, and then you can pull it, and it comes out. I mean, it's a brand new car, so it comes out pretty easy. And then you do the opposite when you put it back in. You squish these together, get it up there, and push it in. But if you can see this, you just kind of real carefully get under there and pop it, and it'll pop, and just pull it out. And then we'll get the 3rd one over here. Pop it, pull it out. Now this panel has a hinge point right here, so it should, oh, we got 1 more bolt over there that I forgot. We got to get that. And again, this is a 10mm knot. Imagine this is a longer one too. And they're not necessarily very tight, and they're just little bolts with machine threads, so I wouldn't be doing this with any kind of power tool. Okay, so we got that bolt loose, and this back part kind of falls. Now there's another little piece that clips right there, and then the clip in the front there, and then this comes all the way off. Set that aside. Now this guy right here, this funky looking member, this is your oil filter. That's where you're going to drain for the oil filter. And then this housing you're going to save, because your oil filter on these is a cartridge that goes inside here. So you got this big thing you take off, but you drain it from this little guy. And then over here, there's your oil plug. Okay, we're ready to drain the oil. Got the pan under. Always make sure you open your air vent and you pull your cap out before you get that oil plug out, otherwise you're going to be saying some words your mama don't like. Okay, so this guy, oil plug, 17mm, by the way. Now it was really not hard to break the seal on this. This is not super tight. So this was splashing like crazy, like a bottle of oil that's trying to pour out that can't get air, you know, the blut, blut, blut. So I hurried up and opened the hood and just took this off real quick to give her some airflow into the oil pan so that it would stop doing that, and it stopped it. Okay, the oil's just about done draining. It's just a drip. We're going to put the plug back in a second. Then we're going to focus on the oil filter here. Now this is an 8mm Allen wrench. It's kind of a big fella. Here, if you can see it, it's a number 8. I don't know where the number is, but on my set it has the number, and it's a number 8. All right, there's the oil plug back in. And again, don't go super tight. It's just really good and snug. All right, then we're gonna pop this and drain it. All right, so I just pulled this guy out. Bit of oil drains out. If you don't do this, And when you pull that canister off, you got a giant mess. So definitely pull this out. And this, again, this is a plastic bolt, this one. And it's really not tight. If you notice on the end, it tells you, you know, just a very minute amount of Newton meters for that baby when you put it back in. And your kit from the dealer will have a new one of these. And see on the bolt it says 4 + 1 Newton meters. Not sure what the plus is, but just basically 4 Newton meters plus. I don't plan on getting your oil filter from the part shop. They don't have it. This is straight from the dealer. There's the part number, and it's a kit. It comes with that plug, then there's the filter itself and some more seals that are going to be inside that canister. Another rubber seal for inside that canister. And I didn't notice, but there's a new crush O-ring for the oil plug as well. It's not going to hurt anything this very first time, but next time I'll have to remember that they include a new one for me. Alright, so I let that drain and then I put this plug back in. It's not in all the way, it's just in enough to keep it from leaking into my wrench. And then this is a 27mm. If you don't have a 27mm socket, you probably could use a crescent wrench, although I wouldn't recommend it. Now this guy was just a little bit tighter than the other ones, not by much. But anyways, now that all that oil's out, this will come down relatively easy, and you can see your filter is just this cartridge, which is kind of cool because then you can see how dirty it is, right? Okay, now this filter, it kind of pops on and off. There's a little popping sound it does when you hear that. Okay, now there's a seal in here you got to replace, and there's kind of a little tab right there. We're going to try to pull on that with some pliers and see if it'll just come out nice and easy. If it will, our job is easy. Otherwise, we're going to have to get a pick and pick it out. Okay, so it came really easy with the pliers, and you could probably even do it with your fingers, but it just comes out, and then you put the other one in exactly how that was. So you can see the new one, there's that tab. And anytime you're working with new rubber seals, you want to get a little bit of oil and just get a nice film on it so it's not going to bind up on you when you tighten it. So it goes in really easy. You just push it in and just get it about like that, and we're good. And then for the new filter, same thing. It just kind of pops on there, and there's a seal at both ends. Well, and this whole center thing seals, so it doesn't matter. You just take it and pop it in there, and then replace your bolt here with the new one. Same thing, get that ring around it oiled up. Now again, these are just plastic threads, and it's got a pretty big seal on it, so don't go too tight, just snug. Alright, I got that on there, and it kind of does this number as you tighten it up, and don't go too tight, maybe 4 or 5 of those little tut, and then it's tight enough. Now if you want to keep your engine clean, I would use a funnel of some kind. I just have the top of a 2-liter bottle. Make it past this plastic. Mine's a little dusty because I live in Arizona, but she's clean otherwise. Okay, so you want to get in and you want to just let the engine run for a minute and kind of listen to it. You'll hear it kind of go a little fast, go a little slow, go a little fast, and then kind of slow down and then normal out. Once it normals out, that's when you can go check your oil, because that means your oil filter is full and the engine has distributed the oil everywhere it needs to go. And then you can check. Downloaded. And that's it, oil changed, and just FYI, 6 quarts is perfect. And then I'm also going to rotate the tires. And again, like I have it on jack stands, you should rotate your tires about every 6,000 miles. So the 8,000 is a pretty good interval. Might as well rotate your tires every time. And your torque specs for those, 85 foot-pounds. 100 isn't too much though, so if you want to go up to 100, that's up to you. Just be careful, don't break your lug nuts, but Kia recommends 85. Okay, all done. Now to reset the engine oil life. So from the home screen, swipe to the right, go to setup, go to vehicle, and then you want the cluster. Scroll down in the cluster, you have your oil change reminder right there, and you have a reset. Has the engine oil been changed? Yes, it has. resetting. Engine oil life has been reset. For your 100,000 mile 10-year Kia warranty, save receipts if you're going to do this yourself, and save good documentation and keep track so that you keep your warranty good and keep it within the intervals. Have a good day.